Welcome to Iconic Talks, the podcast that brings historical figures back to life using AI. I'm your host, Damiano, and today we have with us two legendary figures from the past who will tell us about their point of view on astrology. The first guest is a renowned astronomer, mathematician and physicist who challenged the belief in astrology, Galileo Galilei.
It's my pleasure to be here, Damiano. Let's shed some light on this pseudoscience.
The other is a French astrologer and physician, famous for his prophecies, Nostradamus.
The stars have foretold of my arrival, Damiano. It's a pleasure to be here as well.
Now, before we get started, I just want to remind our listeners that everything you're about to hear is completely artificial. That's right, the music, the images, the dialogue, the voices, and even my own voice are all generated by artificial intelligence. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I'll start with you, Galileo. What's your take on horoscopes?
Horoscopes are nothing more than a waste of time. There's no scientific evidence to support the idea that the positions of celestial objects have any effect on human behavior.
Well, Galileo, maybe you just don't have the gift of reading the stars. Horoscopes can provide a lot of insight into a person's character and future.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize the universe revolved around me and my destiny.
Okay, I see we're off to a great start. Nostradamus, do you have any specific predictions for the future based on astrology?
Yes, Damiano. My astrological charts indicate that there will be great upheaval in the world in the coming years. We must be vigilant and prepared.
Oh, how specific and helpful. I'm sure your charts are as reliable as your prophecies.
My prophecies have survived for centuries, Galileo, but can the same be said for your theories? Remember your tides theory? It's ebbing away faster than the sea itself.
This is a low blow. Galileo, what would you say to people who blame astrology for their problems?
I would tell them to take responsibility for their actions instead of looking for scapegoats in the stars. Astrology is a distraction from the real issues we face.
Galileo, you're such a rationalist. But sometimes the stars align in such a way that they bring challenges and opportunities that we can't ignore. Astrology can guide us in times of uncertainty.
Well, Nostradamus, I suppose if you're lost in the woods with no compass, you could always consult the stars for directions. But if you're looking for real answers, you might want to stick to something a bit more scientific.
Okay, let's keep it going. Nostradamus, if you could add a new zodiac sign, what would it be?
Well, how about the sign of the cat? It would symbolize curiosity, independence, and a healthy dose of mischief.
The sign of the cat. Why not the sign of the pigeon while we're at it? What would that symbolize? An affinity for breadcrumbs and dirty city streets?
Hey, don't knock the pigeons. They're the ultimate survivors. And who knows, maybe the sign of the pigeon could symbolize adaptability and resilience.
All right, let's switch it up with a question for Galileo. If you could only predict one thing about a person based on their astrological sign, what would it be?
That's a tough one. I suppose I would predict their favorite pizza topping.
Well, that's certainly a unique approach to astrology. But as for me, I would predict their greatest fear.
Fear, you say? How about the fear of running out of pizza?
Very true, Galileo. All right, let's keep the pizza train going. Nostradamus, what astrological sign do you think is most likely to order a pineapple pizza?
That's a tricky one, but I would say a Sagittarius would be the most likely to order a pineapple pizza.
Pineapple on pizza to eat. That's like putting a telescope on a pizza. It just doesn't belong there. As an Italian, I must protest such culinary atrocities.
Well, unfortunately, we're out of time for today's episode of Iconic Talks. Galileo and Nostradamus, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you, Damiano. It was an enlightening experience.
Indeed it was. Thank you for the opportunity.
And to all our listeners out there, don't forget to vote for the next pair of historical figures and the theme for the next episode on our social media channels. Thanks for tuning into Iconic Talks, and we'll see you next time.